we'll start with opening comments from the coach.
Well, tough experience, tough loss for us. But I would just tell you, I love my team. That's the one thing that I know. This is an incredible group, and we battled a lot this season. We left it on the floor, and I'm just proud of who we are. The last several weeks, winning 10 straight games, redefining ourselves late in February, being ACC champs in a season that had a lot of highs and lows. We really battled. We found our identity, our character, and I'm just blessed to coach this group. Like I said earlier, it's never easy. It's never easy feeling, taking a loss or losing. But I feel like I've won with this team because they're amazing. They inspire me, and I'm grateful to be able to sit here with them and be able to lead them. And, this is going to propel us next season. We're going to use this as motivation. We're going to be better. We're going to be great. And I'm excited to get back to work with it. I know we need some time, but I'm excited with the group that I have. And I'm so grateful for an extraordinary year with this team season, a lot of love, a lot of growth. We have a lot of firepower coming back. I'm really excited for the future of this program, and I'm really grateful for my team.
Okay, questions for the student athletes. Reminder, name and affiliation, please. Start in the front.
Pat Eaton-Robb with the Associated Press. Obviously, two great defensive teams out there. Can you talk a little bit about what they did to disrupt you, especially Hannah, and what you two decided you had to kind of take this game and that it wasn't going to be Hannah to lead you today?
Let's start with Maddy.
Yeah, I think it was a really strategic game for us on the offensive end. We kind of knew what we were going to get. I think we started to get in our head a little bit in that regard. I think I started out a little hot, and so I think I just kind of trying to roll with that. I think same thing with Sonia. I think they did a really good job on Hannah. They did a really good job playing strategic, and I think we just had to get what we got.
Sonia?
Yeah, I think Maddy said it. I think we were overthinking a little bit in the beginning, but this team just goes with who is putting the ball in the basket at any given time. So throughout the game, that sometimes that was Maddy, sometimes that was me, sometimes that was Hannah. So that's really how it went.
JJ Post, the Notre Dame St. Mary's Observer. Maddy, you had those 3 first-half fouls and then obviously ended the game on 4 and really kind of found your rhythm in the second half. Talk about, coming back from those fouls and playing, kind of careful on defense and still making an impact in the second half.
Yeah, I mean, it kind of threw me off defensively a little bit in the second half with playing as aggressive as I wanted to. So that was really unfortunate. I think in the first half, I sat for a couple minutes, so it wasn't too big of a deal. I think we went into halftime down 2 or something like that, so it wasn't too big of a deal in the first half. In the second half, it definitely disrupted me a little bit defensively, but nevertheless, I should have, there's always ways to play harder.
Howard Magdahl at the Next. Sonia, Maddy, for each of you, Hannah obviously still a freshman, but putting together, it seemed, a complete defensive effort, even on a day that her shots were not falling. Can you just take me through just what it meant, even under 5 to go, you did this 10-second violation that she forces one-on-one defensively, and the way in which her defense kind of powers what you guys do?
I think it speaks, honestly, to Hannah's growth. I think earlier on in the season, when she was frustrated offensively, it would just affect her game as a whole, and I think that it shows how far Hannah has come as a freshman, where even though things weren't going her way, she told us, I'm going to give you everything I have on this possession, on the ball handler, and she did just that, and she didn't let it affect her defense, and I honestly think that just speaks to her growth as a person and as a player and as a teammate.
Absolutely. It speaks to the passion that she has for the game. She can get frustrated, but she gives her all for it, and she let us know that. Like, obviously, shots aren't falling. They're not going to fall on some nights, but she's going to give you everything that she has on the defensive end, and you saw it with the 10-second call. But, yeah, she's going to give it everything.
One more. Go ahead.
Sonia, maybe you could answer this one. Obviously, when you lost kind of in the ACC tournament, you knew that teams who were bigger were going to try to go down low against you guys, and you didn't have a height advantage down there. So what did you do about that today? And obviously they hurt you early down there, but it's nothing you guys haven't had to deal with before. So can you just address the height disparity that you guys have been dealing with?
Yeah, I mean, I think credit to Beers. So she's a phenomenal player. We tried a couple different things on her, whether it was fronting her and trying to be in help, or it was playing behind her and trying to trap. We tried to throw a couple different things at her, and yeah, credit to her. I mean, she's a phenomenal player. So she was able to sometimes beat what we threw at her.
Thank you to the student athletes. All right, we can get one more in right here. You all set? Oh, okay. All right, you had the question. Athletes, you're all set.
Good job. Thanks.
Now we'll take questions for the coach, and we'll start right here.
Erica L. Ayala with CBS Sports. Coach, there seemed to be a few disruptions that were a little bit outside of your players' control. Any thoughts on how that impacted the game?
Yeah, I mean, it was hard, starting the game, and felt we got to flow, got to stop, then, the clock, and then, it's part of it, so you just have to pivot, but it definitely had more stoppage than I would have expected in the Sweet 16 game.
Patty and Rob from the Associated Press. Coach, can you explain what happened with the nose ring, and is that something that Hannah's had all year, and what happened there, and do you think that disrupted play?
Yeah, I didn't know what happened, so I guess it was it's point of emphasis in the Sweet 16 with jewelry, and she's had a nose ring the entire season, so just wish we'd have known beforehand, but can't control it, so had to move on. But yeah, stoppage of play is never great when you're trying to have flow.
Coach Howard Magdal at the Nets, congratulations on the season
Thank
that you
you.
had. I want to talk about Hannah, and specifically, you have been highlighting her level of excellence all year in ways in which she is not a freshman.
Yeah.
Two parts to that. One is her defensive intensity never wavered, it seemed, throughout this game. If you were to talk about that level of growth, but also you huddled with her, I think it was 3 times in this game. It was late third, about 2 minutes to go, mid-fourth, and then even that minute 10 to go. Take me through, if you could, what those conversations were like and what you're looking to get out of them, particularly with a freshman who does what she does.
Right. Well, it's the first part, her defense, and she's gonna give us her all. That's what she loves, playing defense. That's her money. Is her intensity defensively. She feeds off of being disruptive, and her shot wasn't falling today, and I feel like she was trying to get herself going, by being, a pest on defense, and she got a couple backcourt violations, which is awesome. She's never going to stop playing, regardless. And so defensively, I love her intensity, and it's been contagious with our team all season long. I love that part of her game. And then my conversations is, again, just was trying to help her, and she was a little frustrated with a couple of her shots that normally go in. Just my conversations is just empower her, lift her up, positive words of encouragement, knowing that you just got to get to the next play, and it's okay. The game is not perfect, and so she knows that. Just trying to build confidence in her in any way that I can, and I was trying to hug her, get herself, any moment, she's the type of player that can take over, so it was mostly just words of encouragement and positivity.
Hey, Coach, this is T. Baker with the Next over here. Tamia Gardner had a really big game for Oregon State today and just was really efficient and clutch down the stretch. Can you talk about what impressed you about her game and what makes her such a tough matchup?
Yeah, she's incredible. That's an incredible player, and knew that going in. Recruited her, so I've watched her for a very long time, and she's, like you mentioned, she's very efficient. She had 21 points, 11 rebounds, but I felt like she hit us with some dagger plays. The 3 going into the fourth quarter with about 5 seconds left, and her size, her presence. She's very poised, plays with a ton of confidence, and is having an incredible season. So credit to her, and she's got great balance around her, so she's allowed to play with freedom, and I thought she had a fantastic game today.
Nicole Auerbach, The Athletic. Niele, obviously you guys want to continue to playing, but I wonder if you could just kind of look a little bit forward about how much you bring back from this team and the experiences that they gained together this year.
Absolutely, I think, and that's kind of my comment to the team. There's so much good, this program, this team. We have great firepower coming back, and you can't teach experience, especially for Hannah, and that's what my entire team has received this year. It was a phenomenal year, and I'm really excited. I'm excited next year to bring back, Olivia Miles, and we're going to be healthy. We have an incredible post coming in, and it's going to be exciting, like you mentioned, and these type of moments, therefore, is part of our journey. It's part of our growth as a program, as a team, and being able to win the ACC, being an ACC champions, and we're going to learn from all the wonderful experiences that we've received this season, and we've had so much growth this year, and I'm really, really excited for the team that's returning. It's going to be incredible to see.
Here, and then last one here.
Erica L. Ayala with CBS Sports. To build off of Nicole's question, Coach, there are a lot of things I think that you can look to, as Kara Lawson said, as just the truth of this game, one way or another. Mm-hmm. When it comes to having those conversations now that this unit is done with its mission, will that go kind of player by player, since some players may not be returning, they'll be fulfilling other roles? Mm-hmm. What is your approach to how to really dig deep, if that's necessary in a game like this?
Right. Definitely individual conversations. We always have end of the year, player development plans. The plan for postseason, and a team meeting that kind of regroups and talks about what the plan is, what the vision is for the off season, what's the vision for the summer. Every year is different. We have a couple seniors that are graduating, so once you have a little time to process everything, I'll get together with them individually, together with the team, and we're going to get back to work. That's one thing you're going to know about me. I grind in this team. We're about business. We are excited. And as far as getting better, we want to get better. I'm going to help this team get better, pour into them. And like I said, every year is different, but I'm looking forward to having those individual conversations and then get back to work as a team. They definitely need some time off, and we'll regroup, refocus on our vision and get to work.
Last one.
Hi, Coach. MV Sports, Azar Johnson. The one question I want to ask you that I think one of the part of the story that's not being told is you talked about the last loss that you had before today. Mm-hmm. It was not looking as it ended, as you weren't I don't think you were in the top 16.
No.
So you weren't even gonna look like you were gonna host a bracket. You didn't look like you're not like, no disrespect to Oregon State, but part of being in that conference, you make that conference strong. So you can't hide and disappear and just come back. What did you say that made that switch? Because once you turned that switch on, or whatever you said, you never turned back. You went on a 10-game winning streak.
Right.
You went into the ACC tournament with the top teams, and you won the tournament.
Right.
You didn't just get to the finals; you won it.
Right.
So to get this far to the Sweet 16 without even Olivia Miles touching the court, what did you say to your team to spark that?
Right. Well, credit to our seniors. Credit to Maddy. Maddy kind of led a team meeting after that with help from Sonia, Citron, and it was a meeting that basically kind of put a mirror to our face. And I let them have their meeting first, and then I had my meeting. And that was just to refocus on our goals. We had a lot of inconsistency at the time, and we were trying to find cohesion. And we had some great games, and then we had games that, weren't so great, and we just regrouped, and everyone, I think, just made the ultimate sacrifice individually to do more, to be better, to work harder, to find a way to come together. And then collectively as a group, we just decided, these are the things that we need to do, action items for us individually, for us to get better as a team. And then we had a 48-hour window, and we had Duke on the road, Big Monday on ESPN, and that was a test for us. I talked about it for the group. Practice was intense. We had to work on getting better, because at the time, you just have to get better. You can't focus and sit on the last game. ACC is so tough. You got to move on to the next game. So prepare them within practice, and then watch them. I just wanted to see what our character was. When you put a mirror to your face, you either you're going to step up or you're going to go left. And my team responded, and they talked about reinventing themselves after that moment. And just our confidence grew, our momentum grew after that win. And then every game, I feel like we refocused on what we needed to do. And so I'm proud of Maddy and our seniors that helped really get our team back together on the same page. And then I'm proud of every single player on the team that chose to go in the direction of getting better. Hannah, every single player, KK, AD, you can name all of them, Nat, Kylie, everyone just stepped up and just decided to take, instead of being we, we're just more less I and more we. What can we do together to try to find a way to get better? And that's what they did. So it was definitely, it's been such an incredible road, the process, the growth, and that's what I love as a coach, to see where we are now from that moment and what you're speaking on. And it's been just tremendous. I'm really proud of them.
Well, we thank you, Coach.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank